Welcome back to this pick.
Welcome to show you guys.
And it's going to be a recap of the Rams and the Cowboys. Rams win this one 30-22. Let me get some stats knocked out right quick. Golf had a right game, 186 yards, no touchdowns. But really the beast of this game was both C.J. Anderson and Tyler Gurley. C.J. Anderson had 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. That Gurley man, 115 yards and a touchdown. Rams could not do. The Cowboys could not stop the Rams at all on defense when it came to the running game. The Rams just ran all over them. I was really impressed how well my Rams. I'm a Rams fan. How well my Rams played in this game, especially on the running game. They really didn't get a whole lot of pressure on Goff either. Overall, man, especially on offense and really on defense, this is a really great team win for my Rams. They really didn't do. They couldn't do anything wrong on offense for the most part, and on defense, they shut down Zeke and made Dak beat him, and he definitely couldn't do that. Dak didn't have a terrible game, but
didn't have a great game either.
Didn't have a great game, and that's the thing about it, man. When your other players are not playing well, they need you to play well, and if you can't do that, be that guy. Cowboys are kind of in a pickle because I really been thinking they're in kind of a conundrum. He's good enough to get them to the playoffs and win games, but he's not good enough to really win them the game.
Put it in his own hands.
Yeah, so maybe they'll win a Super Bowl with them and have even more of a elite defense and everything and bounce their way. But as of right now, that's kind of the question of the video is: can Dak Prescott realistically win a Super Bowl for the Cowboys? I'm asking Ryan a question. I'm asking the audience a question.
I don't think so. He just hasn't proved out of these 4 or 5 years he's been in the league that
this is his 4th season.
Yeah, that he can put it in his hands. So no, he hasn't proved it yet, and I don't think he will. And if he does, then he does. But right now, I say no. Yeah, he did not play his best, especially in this first half. Second half, he played a little bit better. First half was awful. He did not play well at all. He missed a lot of passes, easy ones too, that he definitely should have converted. And there was a couple, some in this game as well that were converted, and he didn't throw the ball great. It's just the receivers made a really tough, good catch. So he didn't. Especially like I said in that first half, he played pretty bad. Zeke got shut down, so that's your bread and butter right there. So. You stop that, then yeah, you pretty much got these Dallas in your palm of your hands at that point. And yeah, really, that's what it was. It's kind of crazy. This was definitely in my eyes a dominating game, but the scoreboard won't show that because in that second half, Dallas defense did kind of stiffen up because Rams only scored 3 points in the third and only scored a touchdown in the fourth. So second quarter's rough. Rams scored 17 on them. So. But yeah, they stepped up in the second. It's kind of like the Colts game. Their defense steps up, but their offense doesn't do anything about it. That's pretty much what happened. And yeah, you're the quarterback. Dak Prescott, you're the quarterback. You gotta make big plays when your team needs them, and he just doesn't do that. And he didn't do it in this game. There's no excuses. A lot of people say, "Well, you win against a really good defense." It don't matter at that point.
And
You're there for a reason.
Ram hasn't been playing a great defense. They played well this game. I will give them that, but for the most part this season, they haven't been good.
Yep, especially in the secondary. So there's no excuse, man. You guys definitely should have scored.
You got your number 1 receiver. Gallup played really well. You got number 2 receiver.
And another thing is, it ain't like that. Dallas had terrible field position the whole game. No, there was quite a bit of times they had some pretty good field position on that defense and still couldn't do anything. So you got to be able to score. That's the thing. That was the hands down thing of this game is you have to score points against the Rams to win this game. And I thought you would have to score more than 30. And yeah, they got right at 30, and that's about where the Rams normally get in their points frames. And if you don't get anywhere near that, you're not going to win this game. Yeah, they pretty much shut down Dallas. Dallas defense was oddly bad. Not so much in the passing game because they shut down Cooks. The player of the game that I had for the Rams did exactly what I thought he would, which was Robert Woods. He stepped up big. He played mostly in the slot, and he played that in Buffalo, so he was really familiar with that position because he took over the spot for Cooper Kupp because he was injured, and he's really good at that position, and that's why I figured he would make a big impact because he knows that position well. And yeah, he was definitely shredding that defense, and he was definitely the best receiver out in that field. But where it really hurt Dallas was that running game. Really, Goff didn't even need to throw the ball. Really, that's why he only had 187 yards. He didn't even really need to throw the ball. C.J. Anderson and Gurley were just shredding them. They would literally almost get 5 or 6 yards a carry. If I remember correctly, I think I seen a little stat during the game that C.J. Anderson was averaging 6.5 yards a carry. So when your running backs are averaging more than 4 yards a carry, you're not having a good day. And yeah, they just absolutely shredded them. I seen a stat too that both combined numbers between them two was, I believe, 328 yards and 3 touchdowns. You give up.
It was like 200 yards, but
No. I don't know about that.
273 yards.
Oh, okay.
Pushing.
But still, that's almost 300 yards. When you give up anywhere near that amount of yards of rushing, it's going to be a rough day. And not only the running game was going for him, the play action was going really well for them as well, for the Rams as well. And that's our bread and butter. If they can run the ball and play action and shred you, that's you literally just feeding them what they're good at. So, yeah, man, great win for the Rams. They dominated this game, like I said, even though really the scoreboard don't show it, but they did. And back to the drawing board for Dallas.
Yeah, answer the question. No, it's been 4 years. Still hasn't progressed enough to be a realistic, great franchise quarterback for Dak Prescott. I haven't really been on this train, and I mean, I'm not trying to boast or anything, but I've been proven right, honestly, in my eyes. Maybe like I said earlier in the video, maybe he can win a Super Bowl, but that defense is going to have to be super historic elite, and Zeke's going to have to have a monster season. So we'll see. Again, great win by the Rams. They dominated time of possession, which kind of like what the Cowboys like to do. Shout out to Sue, man. He had a really good game. Aaron Donald had a good game as well. I've been really impressed, man. It's going to be a really hard game against the Saints. I'm not looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to watching it and hoping my team wins, but I'm really nervous about that one. But we'll definitely get into that one when we do a preview. But that's pretty much all I got to say.
Yeah, real quick before I get out, I want to shout out Michael Gallup. He played really well for Dallas. I did not expect that. And they needed some big plays. He came up big for Dallas, but outside of that, nobody really stepped up. So that's why I had to shout him out. He played really well when nobody's really expecting him to. So great job for him. But go ahead.
No good.
That was it.
Last thing I need to say is shout out to Cowboys, man. They fought back and didn't get run over. They definitely kept the game interested, and they had some opportunities to even get back and win this game. But shout out, man. They didn't give up and didn't lay down. These doofus fans for other teams in their division, like the Washington Redskins and Giants fans, all talking crap about the Cowboys. Like,
you guys didn't even make it.
You didn't even make the playoffs. Like, shut up, man. Like,
you have no room to talk.
Idiot fans like that. Like,
no room to talk.
Like, no room to talk. Like, especially Washington fans. Like, your team completely blew your whole division. You're leading division by like 3 games. You completely blew it. And I don't want to hear that. Oh, our quarterback got hurt. Like, it's Alex Smith, people. Seriously. And Giants, like, you got your idiot fans want to keep whack-ass Eli for God knows why, and they crucified Wackadoo for it, and he was smart enough to realize that Eli Manning sucks and needs to be replaced. So, well, this is what you doofus fans get. You got a terrible quarterback, and you're wasting one of the best receivers come out in a long time.
Shit.
And running back as well.
Best couple receivers, best running back. Solid defense, you know. So.
You guys might luck out and get Haskins, but if you don't, then you guys are screwed, honestly. You should have picked Darnold, and I think Barkley's a really good running back, but he had a monster season. You guys still only won 1 more game, so that should tell you all you need to know. Darnold's a good quarterback, and I think he would have been a monster with the Giants, but Yeah, man, good job on Cowboys. Really good season. Really got to give it to the Clapper and the gang for bouncing back and making the playoffs. I thought they're really going to be a really bad season for them, but
I thought they were going to get lost in the mix.
yeah, but they didn't, and they made the playoffs. So
Yep.
we got some things to build on. That defense is really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll do it for us. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, we'll love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.